Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your boy Gary Scott, aka the Solid Pip Assassin. And today, guys, I'm going to just giving you an overview of the trades we took this week in our community, guys. So basically, right, um, I took a total of 5 trades. We have one currently still running. All right. The first trade we took this week was a UCAD buy, as you see right here on the screen. Right. The second trade we took was a Euro AUD buy, but that turned out to be a 30 pip loss. Right. But we turned back around and bought Euro AUD again for a 90 pip gain. Okay. We also sold SPX 500 for a 200 pip move, for a 200 point move. Right. And then we also are currently in a sale for Euro USD. Okay. Currently at the moment, we are up 340 pips for the week with only a 30 pip loss. So we did pretty good, right? So what I'm going to do is just basically just walk you through the trades that we took and why I took those positions. All right. So that way you can, follow along with me and just understanding, my way of trading, my style of trading. Okay, guys. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. All right. So when I was looking at USD CAD, right? What I understood was one, price rejected heavy from this particular level, right? And if we look to the right here, this was what we would consider a major whole level, right? 1.35900, right? So what happened? Price gave a strong rejection. Price came back to that level and it respected it. So not once, but twice it respected this level, which gives us some sort of confirmation. All right. But the moment that price came and broke structure at this particular point, which is probably a 15-minute break of structure, and you can also even consider it a 30-minute break of structure, cool, as well, right? Cool. Price broke structure. Price did a retest, right? And price took off and broke structure here, right? Gave us a change of character, did a retest, eventually broke this structure and took off from that point, right? So now when price came back to retest, what happened? It created a double bottom, which ultimately created equal lows. All right. When equal lows are created in the market or equal highs are created in the market, they eventually are going to get broken. All right. So we seen that price respected this level not once but twice. Right. In the midst of that, it broke structure here. Right. Came back, did a retest, and took off from that point. Right. So it broke structure there as well. And then it ultimately, like I said, eventually broke this structure. Right. And what it did was did a retest, all the way back down to not only this 30-minute order block, but it also came back down to this 15-minute order block, right? Because it is also a 15-minute order block within this 30-minute order block. All right. So price came back, gave us very strong bullish momentum, right? Price had a hard time breaking and even closing below this order block. All right. So what happened? Respected it once, respected it twice, and also respected it a third time. Price never closed below. So what happened? Right? Price took off from this particular point and broke structure here, and then what did it do? Hit our first TP for 15 pips. Price did a retest, right? What did it do at this particular point? It came down not only to test this particular order block, but it also came to try to grab anybody that had their SLs very, very close. All right. So if your SL was like a 10 pip SL, you got stopped out of this trade. All right. They did this for a reason to try to get the people that had very close top stop losses. And what did it do? Price never closed below, right? And then price went back and closed above this area of structure. All right. What did it do at that point? It hit our second TP for 30 pips. What did it do? Price did a retest, right? And then took off and broke structure and hit the last TP for 50 pips. All right. Now we could have took this we could have took this trade for a buy the entire week because I mean it was just in an uptrend this entire week. But we got our 50 pips. We moved on to the next particular pair, right? And so the next pair that we're going to look at is Euro AUD. All right. So now, if we look at Euro AUD, right? When I took this particular sell, this buy right here, right? Um, this is what I was looking at. So if I go to the 4 hour, and just to kind of break it down to you guys, right, before I go back down to the lower time frame. All right, this is what I was looking at. All right, so I seen that not only did price have a higher time frame order block here, right? It created a double bottom, right? It created a double bottom, which makes it a what? Equal low, correct? So I understood one, price was going to drive back up. Price then grabbed liquidity below those below those double bottoms, right? And then it took off. When it took off, right, it broke structure on a lower time frame here on a 15-minute, all right, and it also broke structure here, all right. So when price, you know, broke structure, all right, I seen that price broke structure on a lower time frame, like the 30-minute. Okay, it gave me this strong bullish engulfing candlestick. And what did I do, guys? Right, I seen that price close very strong. So what did I do? I entered this trade right here, right, for a buy, went into profit just a little bit, right? But what happened, right? Price then drove back down, but there was, of course, a reason that price did, right? I was just, seeing that this trade could have potentially just continued to go higher, right? But what happened was price came down lower to test not only a 30-minute order block, right? But it also came back to test the fair value gap as well in this particular area, right? So if I was to, let's say, move this out of the way, right? This area here, even if we didn't go down to a lower time frame, we have to understand that this area here, right, was also something like we like to call a fair value gap area. What happened? Price looked at those areas multiple times, but never closed below, right? So in order to consider this in fair value gap, we understood that one, price never met with this particular candle and this particular candle. The wicks never met in between the space right here, right? They never met each other. So it left a gap in price. So price came back to this particular level, respected it multiple times, right? And then took off. So if I go back, all right, let's just go back to where we naturally had it, right? What I did was, all right, I noticed the trade hit SL, no biggie, right? 35 pip loss. What happened? Right? What do? We just go to the lower time frame, and this is what I seen, right? I understood that price broke structure here. I understood that price broke structure there, right? So when price broke structure, it's just going to come back to an area of value, right? And this is an order block right here. What happened? Price respected it, gave us strong rejection, and we entered this trade literally right here, guys, right? Once we enter it, I say about an hour may have went by, an hour or so, hour and a half maybe went by. TP got hit, right? We went down, price went down, tested the order block once more, right? Tested the order block once more. And what happened after that, right? Right? Price broke structure, not once, but twice, came back to retest, right? This particular order block. And what did it do? Took off and hit the remainder of our TP, right? So a 30 pip gain here, 30 pip gain here, 50 pip gain here, and then it also finished off for the 90, okay? So that's what I was currently looking at for Euro AUD. Now for SPX, right? Let's go and let's look at SPX. All right. When I was looking at SPX, guys, I understood that what price came, if you see if this 53.25, right? 53.25 is a whole level. That's a major whole level. That's a major area of resistance in the market, right? So price fell strongly from that particular area, not once, not twice, right? And it respected it a third time. So when I'm looking at this, right, I know that one, price broke structure not only here, right? So ultimately, this is the change of character, right? Right, that's the change of character. Let's put the icon on it, right? Price then went higher, broke structure here, right? Broke structure here. So when price came back to this level, it fell and broke structure. Once price went back up, broke structure here, went back up, respected this level once again. Price never closed above, right? So when I seen price come back down, this is let's see, this is see make sure all right, when we entered this trade, we entered about like right here, guys. This keeps popping up. All right, so we entered basically. Now let me put an arrow there so you guys can see. We entered really at the end of this candle. All right, once that candle closed, right? Once that candle closed, we entered. Went into profit. Price came back to retest this particular fair value gap here, right? On I believe the hour time frame. Right. Price came to test here, fair value gap. And what happened? Price then drove down and hit our two TPs, right? For 100 points and also 200 points. After that, we were good. We were done. Trade then, of course, retest, broke structure here, and then even closed back below, right? But from there, right, that was the third trade we won during the week. And then now we're at Euro USD, and we are currently waiting on that particular trade right now. All right. So even with this one, what I was looking at for Euro USD, although it hasn't hit our first TP yet, I understood that one, this is a major higher time frame order block, right? And there is, liquidity within this level. All right, you see the gap in price here, right? There's a gap, so price that has to be filled, right? That's an area of fair value, right? So price came to that order block, right? Gave us a candle confirmation off of that order block, right? We like to call this the equal highs, right? Equal highs. Price came below, dropped, came up again. So if we go down to the 30-minute time frame, because ultimately this is where I seen the pattern being created. This is something we like to call a symmetrical triangle in a way, right? So it came off the order block. If we go down to the 30-minute time frame, we seen that price dropped, came back up, but then changed character here, right? This was the last higher low in the market. Price broke, price came back above, right? Price broke this structure, right? When it broke that structure, price did a retest. It broke structure here, broke structure here, right? Did another retest, but stayed below this trend line of the symmetrical triangle, right? When it did that, came back below, broke structure here. When it did the retest, what happened? Price then broke at this particular level, and it broke this ultimate structure on a higher time frame, right? What did it do? Did a retest. What happened? At that point now, we entered about right here, guys. All right, we entered about right here. Price went down probably about 20 pips. Came back to this order block up here on the hour time frame. So if we go to the hour, right, we entered around here. Price dropped. Right, what happened? Price then did a retest back to this order block. All right, so we got a breaker structure here. We got a breaker structure here. All right, what happened? Price, like I said, went back to this 1 hour order block. News dropped this morning at like 8:45, right? And then just tanked from that particular point, broke structure here. So now we're just waiting for price to, transition and, finish out its move that it needs to finish. All right. So that's just basically my analysis for this week, guys, and the trades that I took and that I sent out to my communities, guys. If you guys ever have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is pipassin20@gmail.com. Again, pipassin20@gmail.com. That's pipassassin20@gmail.com. Or you can contact me at my Instagram, which is Gary Scott Official, GaryScott Official. And I'll be more than happy to get back to you guys and answer any questions that you may have. All right. Well, with that being said, guys, you guys have a wonderful week, wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys again soon. All right. You have a good one. God bless.